Hello, let's get started here in just a second. Everybody logged in. We'll get tuned in, make sure everything's coming through okay. Oh, welcome everybody. I'm Dr. Kevin Jarena tuning in, and we are live. I'm doing a couple of different things, and of course now I'm having a little hiccup with the camera, but here we are getting going. I want to say welcome aboard and hello. Where are you in the world? I just posted that question, and I'd love to find out where everybody is and make sure everything's coming through loud and clear. So if you could please comment where you are in the world, that would help me out. And today we're diving into a little bit more about, excuse me. Oh my goodness, we're not there yet. All right, we're diving into this right here, actually, ladies and gentlemen. Decode your pain. Excuse me, that's what you get for doing too many things. And I just got done a big run, and it's cold outside where I am, and wow, it is. I'm having a hard time catching my breath and still not cough here for a second. But pardon me while I have a lot going on. So let's get into the material tonight. And every Monday night we go live and we talk about what's called Decode Your Pain. And this is the secret language of what pain is in your body and what the purpose of pain is about. And really it's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of identifying with your truest heart, your truest authentic self of who you are, what you're here to do. And if you choose to ask yourself this kind of questions, then this material is just for you, because it's about learning the inner language of your body, learning the inner language of your mind, and the discovery process of how to interpret those messages and what it means for you. You see, you have a unique life, you have a unique experience, you have unique traumas and tragedies and greatnesses, but you also are human. There's 99% of you is built the same way as other human beings, but our individual experience, our individual perceptions, and our individual responses to these perceptions and how we go about life, well, this is where the work is to be done. So my name is Dr. Kevin Jarena, and this is my website, drkeving.com. And let me see if I can pull up the display for you. Yes. And so this is where you can get access to things that I talk about. And if you like what I'm doing, I suggest that you go here to the shop section. It's way down. You hit the menu, go down to the bottom. And let's see if I can get there. Shop. And these are products to support you, but also to support me and what I do here on this channel. So let me scroll down for you. Let me show you what I have. Here you can get access to the book, Decode Your Pain. And in that is the free introduction to Decode Your Pain. And I highly invite you to download that. There is and we're going to show you in just a second, the free manual in the back of the book that gives you the basic framework, the roadmap of the subconscious and your body parts. And when there's pain in those body parts, what the mental emotional connection can be. Now, oftentimes there's some different iterations of that. However, the roadmap is there. And let's see, I have that right here for you. So I'm going to pull it. So this is the main book, but right at the end of the appendix, in the appendix, if you already have the book, and right at the end of the free introduction, this is the appendix where we go over different body parts. We go over different emotions and feelings and perceptions as well. Excuse me, that's the word perceptions right there. But also the possible symbolism. And so we'll just randomly pick one. I like to do that. And what we got here is spleen. So sympathy and empathy, needing to understand. Spleen has a lot to do with the immune system, and it's about understanding our environment and how to adapt to it. Oh, that is beautiful. I love that. So let's continue. Today I want to talk about, marked it here in the book, we're going to be talking about chapter 6, which is stop being your own worst enemy. And so I have the page here for you, page 78, we're going to be reading from today. I'll type it in. Oh, my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Things hanging out. I got all kinds of different things going on. But here's the main statement I wanted to bring to your awareness today. Is this. Does pain mean that I'm being my own worst enemy? So in the context of this book, I bring people along a journey of a few different things. And let me get you on the journey there as well. Number one, symptoms are the story. So symptoms are clues. Like a check engine light, they are there to alert you to something. Okay. Number two, life is symbolic. The whole idea here is that understanding how there's two components to our brain, our thinking mind. There is things that we're aware of and things that we're not aware of. Part of our automatic part of being alive is the nervous system that helps operate and run and coordinate everything. And the way that system communicates is like in dreams. It's symbolic. There's lots of metaphor. There's lots of different ways in which our language refers to things, like hands holding on and letting go, for an easy example. Okay, number three, intention and right useness basically is about the why behind what you do and how you go about doing it. Number four, that you are an energetic being, meaning we get into the atomic and subatomic structures of what it is to be alive. Number five, life is a man brought. That's basically about cycles of time, cycles of experience. And today, number six, stop being your own worst enemy and become your biggest ally. So this is about recognizing the patterns that show up in your life. And based on what shows up, that's the indicators of where you need to shift in this current moment of time. And so that's where we are today. So let's go down to the reading. Now, I allude to a component here earlier in the book that pain is related to beliefs, is related to our perceptions, is related to our past experiences. It doesn't mean you're being your own worst enemy, but oftentimes it's something that we're unaware of. Okay, so let's start off at the beginning of the chapter here. Just because you have pain does not mean that you are being your own worst enemy. However, oftentimes we do discover that for many people, this is the case. In every circumstance, pain brings you to a point of decision about your next step. Sometimes we make this next step consciously, and other times we default to what we have always done. So I invite you to consider painful points in life is when the most attention, the squeaky wheel gets the attention. So whatever's showing up in your life the past couple of days, in fact, the last 6 weeks, to be specific, is life has been being under review, and this review contains, in two major contexts, a 3-year period, a 20-year period, and a 37-year period, depending how old you are. And of course, if you've experienced a 37-year period, you've also experienced a 20-year, the 3-year, and I dare also add a 1-year period. There's these different moments that are reflecting in your reality, that are here again now, being worked on, being transformed. In fact, if you've done the work that is required to listen to your own intuition and to listen to the heart space within, then you're being guided to do something that's taking all those experiences and working them together to build something new in your life and to launch you forward. However, if there's a lot of things crashing down in your world, that's okay too. It's all about the transformation. It's all about the change. And so this is also a celebration moment for the things that are challenging, the things that are difficult. You may have heard the term iron sharpens iron. Well, these are the times that are most challenging, seemingly most challenging. And I invite you to wake up to the potential that this is and everything that you need is right in front of you, and this is for your greatest good, if you can perceive it that way, if you can shift your perception that way. And that, in essence, is extremely important. Let me pull up something here for you. Hopefully yes. It looks great, actually. We can get a little centered. That great. So anyway, here we are. Oh, I got it figured out now. All right, I love that. So I'm the kind of guy that likes everything in order and in proper order. And well, let's see if. But that's the kind of thing I like to do. But here we are. Let's go back to the main point. Is this concepts and perceptions? Okay, these concepts and perceptions formulate the foundation of how we look at the world. Bring that nice and centered there for you, okay? Our beliefs, our expectations, the choices that we think we have in front of us, our decisions, the preferences, the things that we enjoy, this is all in relationship to our concepts and our precepts. And how do we get our concepts and our precepts? Well, I invite you to consider where we're from. Pardon me while I'm doing some things right in. I think we got it. Well, nonetheless, here we are. Think about your youth. Think about the people you were around. Think about television when you're young. Think about the times of the culture. Think about the vibe. Everything that you're in, you are taking in millions and millions and millions of calculations, trillions of calculations per second. And what it is to operate and thrive in your environment is something built in to what it is to be a human being, and your system is automatically doing it and responding. And so when there's things that hit a certain stress point, it helps build you and grow you. It strengthens you, just like a workout, just like education, just like many things in our environment. However, there is a point when the load becomes too much and the body has to go into an adaptive response state. And I'm learning in new ways how the mind and the emotional state responds with that, with the physical body and the immune system and the nervous system and skeletal system, and every system of the human body is all intertwined. It's beautiful. And I love to share this information right here. Is this? Let me see if I can get that in a better spot for you. Oh, it's too far away. All right, so healing is based on this truth, okay, that the body is self-healing and self-regulating. So think about it. Do you agree or disagree? What happens when you cut yourself versus cutting a corpse? Now, you probably have never cut a corpse, and I definitely don't recommend it. So with that being said, think of a piece of steak. In essence, it's a corpse. If you cut that, does it suddenly, does their cow starts mooing? No, it's dead. So what's the difference between that and if you cut your hand by accident? What's the difference? Now let's think about self-regulating. I'll give you the answer here in a second. Let's think about self-regulating for a minute. Heart, liver, kidneys all regulate without the conscious control. Okay, so the purpose of the brain and nervous system is to control and coordinate the functions of all the cells, tissues, organs in the body and adapt it, the organism, to your environment. So what is that about? Meaning the nervous system, the brain, the spinal cord, your five senses, all about decoding, looking at, sensing, connecting, investigating, observing the environment at every level around you. Things that we know about and things that we don't know about. Oh, that's the fun part. Because every year we have new discoveries, but our body inherently has been operating in those ways the entire time. So there's still a lot more to be discovered. That being said, there's this inborn wisdom that's navigating us. I mean, it was heresy not that long ago to talk about washing your hands between patients during surgeries, blood and guts and everything, open wounds. It was nonsense to talk about washing your hands. People were thrown in jail for talking about washing your hands between patients. I dare say there's more of that going on today. However, my lordy, let's go back to the content. So the purpose of the brain and nervous system is to control and coordinate and adapt the organism to the environment. So is there anything the nervous system does not regulate? No, we literally live our lives through our nervous system. So there's a term here we use, it's called subluxation, and that's also known as interference to the nervous system. And so when an interference is present, it basically interferes with the normal function of the human body, leaving it less than 100%. So therefore, your body cannot function at full capacity. It's no longer self-healing or self-regulating at 100% ability. The longer the interference is present, the more devastating the effects are to your health and well-being. So my job is to locate, analyze, and release subluxations and their causes, allowing the body to regain its self-healing, self-regulating properties, thereby allowing you to enjoy optimal health, well-being, longevity, and quality of life. Yet here is the problem. What is the cause of subluxation? Type in your guesses. So I'll wait there for a minute because that's a big drop. It's a great insight, great conceptions, which will help you reformulate everything. But what is the causes of subluxation? Let's put your vote in, put your comment in. And if you know, go ahead and put it in. And it's all, we're having some fun here today. So with that being said, let's get to the point. The point is, you know what? This helps you decrease the stress. I'll talk about that in a second. However, the cause is stress. Right? It's physical, biochemical, and mental emotional. And yes, simple awareness can reduce emotional stresses. It can shift everything. I mean, think about the individual who's been stressing all day, all weekend, because they got bad news. Their relative who lives, way too far, a plane ride away, is in the hospital with XYZ emergency procedures. And what can you do? You can't do anything. This person, you can't get a flight. You have to do all this rigmarole. You gotta this, that, and the other thing, and you can't even even if you arrive, you can't even get into the hospital, into the room, to do anything about it. Think of a moment a phone call comes, and that person goes, the news is received, where the person gets everything's okay, recovery's full, we're good to go. You can talk with your family member now. Think of the relief on the inside. Now there's hidden stressors that are buried in the psyche. There's hidden stressors that are buried in old injury prior to when you were 7 years old. In fact, I don't have it handy to give you the stat, but I talked about this for years. By the time a 7-year-old because the individual becomes 7 years old, the average child has like 2,000 head injuries. That's why. So hidden injuries physically, hidden injuries mentally, emotionally, hidden injuries nutritionally. I mean, the deficiencies in our food system and the toxicities in our food and our environment we're at new levels. We're seeing new levels of disease and illness at all levels of ages. Something has to get changed. So that being said, let's continue. Back to the idea, the concept of what we're doing here with Decode Your Pain. See, the idea, not the idea, the concept I want you to understand is this. And I don't know if I have that slide handy. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. If I find it. But the whole point is this. Yes, I do. Here it is. Let's bring it in. Sorry, I'm showing two things at once. Let's bring it in right there. The whole idea is our function. Every day we live, we work, we pick things up, we put things down, we get out of bed, we play with our grandkids, we play with our brother, sisters, wherever you're at, you get the idea. You're baking cookies, you're working out, hopefully, you're at the computer desk zooming, I'm sure, you're on your phone. That's function. Okay, that's function. That's what we got right here. Hopefully you can see that function. Now the ability for you to do that, the ability is a twofold process in my opinion. It's the chemistry and the structure. But no, but we have this whole electromagnetic field. I mean, we think about it now. We look at do any medical testing, MRI, X-ray, EKG, nerve conduction testing, brain waves. We even have technologies now that are seeing the fields of energy around a human body, the auras, the chakras. These are measurable. They're being influenced right now. I'm looking at all kinds of technologies. I have these big visions of clinics and like many holistic healthcare professionals, holistic health system clinics, all kinds of ideas like this. But then I digress. The point being, excuse me, I keep showing my stuff there. The point being, we have the electromagnetic fields, but then we have these subtle energy fields and these information. And just not that many years ago, the whole thing I just ranted on about the energies. This was nonsense years ago. Maybe about 100, 120, 130. Some of the stuff started really becoming products and services people were using. And here we are. We've the knowledge and the technology has skyrocketed, and here we have it all to our advantage. And with that being said, we have to recognize what it is to integrate with the human body, with our environment, and we have technology that's measuring new things. But our body's been operating at those levels the whole time. So what does that mean? Well, there's healing involved. There's balancing involved. We can access these things, and what does that mean? It means that you can have a better quality of life as you balance these things. And it's all about quality of life. Function. Because all the conversation on intention and ideas and information is a grander level. I mean, it falls under the concept of there's nothing new under the sun. And so this whole, I'll say something that Dr. Rupert Sheldrake would talk about, the morphogenic field. You know, we have infinite access to knowledge available if we know how to do that. And our intentions help access that information and then integrate our subtle energy body fields, which helps us with attract things to our physical beingness and the things in our fields and in our everyday living response to these things that we set out to accomplish in life. It's all integrated. And I got some great images for you to share about our emotional states and what they're showing us. Like this is one, love, conditional love versus unconditional love. Well, what a big bite of a conversation this is. But when there's chaos in the world of love in the human body, this correlates with the octave F. And you know, I'm not going to get into the. I'll show something at the end here about where this is from and how I can help. You can get more access to stuff like this. But this affects the pancreas. Now, if anybody knows anything about the pancreas, it has to do with sugars and the heart and blood pressures and things like this. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, interesting thoughts that go with what body parts. I keep pressing the wrong button. We have our pineal gland, our intuition zones, our liver. That affects cholesterol, but it also has so much emotion tied into this. It's so amazing. I gotta keep it down to a few more minutes. We're almost done. But our digestion, our ears, and our eyes are over here. Our jaw, and that can affect dizziness. Wow. Sinuses, asthma. And so when this zone when it has chaos in this zone, the feelings of procrastination and worry, and it's balanced by the tones of B, the violet color. And you can read there at the bottom. So very intriguing stuff. Our emotions, our physical body structures. Life is music, harmonious healings. It's so beautiful. At every level of our reality, there's frequencies, there's dimensions, life is an unfolding Wonderful, beautiful thing. And as you learn to understand the language from within, which I invite you to review with the book here that we have. See if I can flip to it. There it is. Decode Your Pain. And you get the free introduction at an introduction to Decode Your Pain. Find out at drkeving.com. And learn more about what your body's telling you. This comes from within. This is where the heart, the soul, the spirit, the higher conversation. Every guru that's ever been a guru talks about going within. And there's a language to be had. There's some things to be known. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants is what I'm saying, and I'm packaging in this book to help you navigate this wonderful, interesting world. And I highly invite you to download and get access to the full book. I have a few copies, physical copies left. Actually, I'm gonna be taking that down here soon enough. Because of that, in fact, I'm gonna go a little more virtual only and leave some of the physical copies for hands-on for the clients for some of the other offers that I have going on. But with that being said, let's show you a little bit more where I got that information about the energy frequency technology, energy frequency vibration technology, in conjunction with knowing how your body operates and learning the language of your body. There's advances in healthcare technology. You can really shortcut a lot of work in good, positive ways with using some of these things. And let me show you what I'm talking about. And in fact, the best way to take a look here, and this is where we're going to be able to see it, is on the website, and it's under AO Scan in the shop section. Go right there, take a look, and I think I have something here. I've been looking for here it is. This is what I'm looking for.
Have you ever felt frustrated waiting to be seen when you're not feeling your best? Or ever struggled through tests and expensive procedures without ever finding real relief? Imagine if you could get a better understanding of your overall well-being right now, in minutes. What would that mean to you, or to your family? We'd like you to know there's a whole new way to improve your comprehension surrounding your wellness, using a total body scanner unlike any other, right in your own home. This groundbreaking new technology helps you to better understand your body's needs and wellness status, and it's available to you and your family right now. Here's how the science works. Every organ in the human body vibrates at a particular frequency. When illness appears, this frequency changes. Think about it like tuning a guitar. When the string frequencies are incorrect, the music will not sound harmonious. When your body's frequencies are restored, you restore harmony to your whole body, energizing and optimizing your mental, emotional, and nutritional states. We found that people who experienced this technology were so excited they started telling everyone. So we also created an income opportunity where people can earn a little extra by sharing the product. No more wondering, no more worrying. Take charge of creating your best life. Learn more about how you can retune, revitalize, and restore your own body harmony by clicking the link below.
Okay, well, obviously there's no link below. You can go to drkeving.com/shop. That will get you to access to the AO scan for more details. And yes, you can contact and reach out to me. I had to apologize just before I put the commercial on. I was holding back this wild cough, and well, thank you for your grace. Hopefully, you got some value out of today's conversation. You got some insights about what it is to be a human being, what it is that you have power within to understand the language your body is learning. Is trying to communicate to you, and learning that is something that will nurture you for the rest of your life. So, please take action for yourself for your greatest good. Investigate what the pain may mean. And thank you for tuning in. It has been a delight. It's every Monday night, 7 o'clock we go live. And then after this, 8 o'clock, we have the Vision Living Mindset. Winning in every situation. It's winning, visionlivingmindset.com/winning, and I'll drop that link right here in just a second. You can see the main website taken along there, and that will give you access to the 11-part mini-series Mindset Matters, as well as the downloadable ebook Crafting a Winning Mindset. And this is about taking control of the thoughts and accessing the laws of the mind, the laws of success, and putting the use in your own favor. Let me grab that link for you, and you can access that right now. And that is how to turn the 3 keys. The 3 keys we cover each and every week on a series of conversations that cover a few different components, and these are the 3 keys to turning pain into power. And that is visionlivingmindset.com/winning, and that gets you access. And we're going to be going live in about 20 minutes. I got to get myself together. So blessings and best regard. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Kevin Jarina. This is the first introductory video in becoming your own healer.